This exercise is the cable fly. So in this one, I'm actually using what's called a functional machine. And what that means is these arms move independently of each other. So I want to make sure they're both going to be even with each other. So first off, I have my handles clipped on in. What I'm going to do is support this lever arm with one arm, with my left arm here. Hold this yellow pin with my right down to a height that's appropriate for me. How do I know that? I want to make sure that where I'm pulling the cable from really is just a little bit below shoulder height. So those of you, again, I'm about 6 feet tall. If you're a little bit shorter than this, if you're closer to like 5'2", 5'4", something like that, I would drop this arm down at least one more, if not two more. So that gives you a little bit of a guideline. Now what I'm going to do also is support the arm with one hand, step on this pedal. I'm going to move it out slightly, make sure I'm out wide enough, making sure when I do these flies I have enough space and I don't clunk them back together. I'm going to even this one out as well. And from here I'm going to take a hold of both handles. I have my feet staggered. What that does is it helps keep me from leaning forward. If my feet are even with each other, I have the tendency to lean forward. If I stagger them, even if I'm going heavy, I have my hips dropped, so I don't have to worry about leaning. I can just drop my hips with it. So what we're going to do from this position is you have to hold the handles, we're going to bring our hands together, and I'm going to step into it. So notice my weight's behind it as I start. I don't step out, then bring it behind me, as that's putting a lot of stress on my shoulder joints and my pec muscles themselves, more than I want to. So we're going to step forward from our start position here, and we're going to go wide. I have a slight bend in my elbows. My elbows are almost up even with my shoulders. They can be slightly below. And my elbows are even with my shoulders. I don't need to bring them way, way, way back here to add a stretch. I want them even with my shoulders. Bring them together like a big, giant bear hug. Boom, right there together is where I finish it. That's the pec fly. Now we want to make sure you don't turn it into a press, because this is an isolation move on your pecs. So I don't want to do this kind of a motion where I'm going to bend my elbows so much that I'm going into a press like that. Okay? So I keep that slight bend in my elbows, and I maintain that angle throughout the motion.